Hey lads, welcome back to Gronenfest. Should I stay with first Gersted? Nope, we've got Nibelheim company here. It's Orc Youngs, Berserkers, Orc Warriors. That's not too bad. Whoa! I think I should take all three of these fights with first Gersted with me. It's dusk. Orc Younger, Berserker, Orc Warriors. Just 6 ambushes. What about team setup? I think like this is probably fine. It's only 1 archer. So like Banana Flint and Sinrig, it's actually quite useful to give them the long axes, but they are pretty much frontline fighting ready. Let's go. I wonder if first Gersted is gonna make it out of this alive. I mean, we're gonna go into the strength of 3 battles here, at least 3, maybe more. And it looks like first Gersted is starting in the middle of the map, which is new. I don't think I've had that happen before. Anyway, this is a lot of bodies on the field. Let's see what happens. %. I think, wait, let's have our front line run in. But then again, not run into the point where we can't use Indom. I think I want to reserve Indom as a potential. Because these orcs do hit fucking hard. And I think mitigating damage in every battle is going to be super important. Just because we have to go back to back into 3 different battles here. Yeah, you lads on the flanks, don't need to worry about Indom. Indom there, these lads here, these 4 here. Shot pushed. Does he need to Indom? No. And what about you, Elstier? I am gonna say show initiative 39. It's gonna be less than that orc. I'm glad the catapults don't actually shoot. I can imagine if a goblin could run up to it and then activate it and have it shoot like a huge AoE damage dealing rock. Wait for it. Good hit. And here's a question, does destroying a catapult trigger morale break? Subject yours. I don't think it does. Let's keep grabbing high ground here. It's such an odd fight, it's so spread out and greenskins are bloody everywhere. 37%, I don't think it's worth taking. Like yours, dude, I'm so keen to get our Blood Bowl League going. We're just waiting for a few more guys to register. I think it's just Exile and CFS that need to accept the tickets and register and we can get going. Well, I said that I'm looking forward to it, but I just need to play a game with my vampires, and I'll be over that desire to play. You're in the league, aren't you? Oh, you got the chorfs. Ugh. do the little hobgoblins get mutation access? Because if they do, maybe you should think about some weird mutations on the hobgoblins. Little ball handlers. Because every Choff team seems to play the same way, which is to try to get their big guys. Okay, only the dwarves, fair enough. They always try to get their big guys, the centaurs and the minotaur with mutations. Oh, so you still can't go to where it was knocked down. Okay, interesting. You know what, lads? Just fucking get stuck in. Get in there. I think the reason a lot of the lads like Logics who play with Choffs, they get the centaur in straight away. Because it's only got 2 agi, but like once you get the ball on it, it's so fucking hard to get the ball off of it. Like with my practice vamps, I managed to get a plus strength vampire with block. So he had 5 strength and block and 4 agi. So you just give him the ball and the opposing team has to surround him with like 4 people, and then that just frees up so many other pieces. It's amazing. But it's still a vampire, so it keeps rolling bloodlust, which is so fucking frustrating. That is, it's pretty controversial that I've gone for the 2 vamp start, but based on my experimentations in the Open League, I think I'm happy with starting with only 2 vamps. And also, I start with 5 rerolls, and even with only 2 vamps, I still need all 5 of those rerolls because I don't have any block or anything. It's true, so it's like a faster Black Orc, it's true. But the thing is, so what? The Bull Centaur is what, 110? Oh, whoopsie, didn't see him there. Whereas the Black Orc is 80, so it's an extra 30k for sprint and sure feet and extra movement. I think it's not cheap, but I think it's worth it. I mean, the Black Orcs are so slow. And at least in my experience, the Black Orcs are like the most fragile units in the game. Fucking things keep dying. You know what, I had a Chaos team that I started practicing with a little while ago, where I started with Minotaur, 2 Chaos Warriors, and a bunch of goats. And the Minotaur is obviously unreliable, but no much more so. In fact, he's actually a bit more reliable than like the Human's Ogre. But just being able to have at least one set of one, even having 1 Mighty Blow at 1000 TV is so big. Yeah, I agree with you. I would have gone with your setup as well. What's up, Zuka man? We should disarm this nerd. Ah, we can't. Right. What do we have here? That there on the left seems to be the main force. 48, 68. Get him, Horst. Almost killed him. I think I need a headshot to be able to one-shot one of those little gobbos. Shit. This army group has lost a lot of lads. Let's stay where we are. I don't want to give up high ground. I think I would have been better off with more archers. Actually, no. The archers are, of course, useless against orc warriors. No! Hold. 5. Damn it. Ow! You big bastard. I love that they have to punch. Damn it! Ooh. I think these soldiers, this is the first guest at company. I think they've lost 5 lads already. No, 7 lads. It was 32 to start. We'll see if any of them are still standing after the siege breaks. Oopsie. Get him, boys. Fucking get him. Surprised he didn't shield smash there. He could have knocked my archer down and make him take damage. I don't even want to chase these little ambushes because we're just likely to get a dagger in the guts. Nasty little fuckers. I must say though, whenever I see someone with a mace, I do miss having little mace brothers. Especially the two-handed maces. Oh, bloody great. I feel like Damage Incorporated has done a great job, but I'm keen to rethink and have a new build. Tankier, at least 2 tank pieces. And maybe two-handed weapons, I'll use great swords. Maybe some more daggers again. We'll see. But I suppose I'll decide what I want my setup to be once the DLC is released. Because I'm sure there'll be some new starts and some new weapons and things to think about. Right, once Greenskin battle down, at least 2 or 3 more to go. Shit. That's a lot of greenskins. I was hoping to not have to fight both of them at once. Yeesh. First guest at company, I fear is going to get wiped out. Well, if I'm going to build a tank, I've never found that I've needed the Orc Shield. Because, I mean, if you have shield durability, it reduces the damage the shield takes. And depending on what I'm fighting, especially if you have a person with a kite shield and shield specialization, it's very rare that it actually gets broken. And if you've got someone who's a shield expert, they will be using a one-handed weapon. So then that frees up 1 space in the inventory. When I build a a tank, I typically have shield specialization, so they'll have a heater or a kite shield. And then they'll actually have a dagger and a buckler in the inventory, so that if their main shield breaks, they can just go to the buckler in an emergency. Carrying a whole spare shield tends to tank the fatigue too much, whereas a buckler doesn't. I also noticed that even 800 and something days in, you're still fighting orc warriors with no helmets. So maybe someone who has flail specialization could still be useful. You just got to maneuver them properly to make sure they're always in contact with something that has an unexposed head or no armor. Because the three-headed flail with fearsome is still devastating to morale. What's up, Mazuma? But I do think that if I'm going to build a tank, I want it to be a sword specialist. We'll see. Oof, good hit. I think I need to end on. No injuries. And speaking of injuries, that's one thing that I haven't been able to try yet. If I'm going to build a sword tank, speaking of injuries, I can use a Shamshir or that curved sword, the Falchion, and then it uses the attack that's more likely to injure. That could prove quite useful. I don't know, I never tried it. I really not get down there. Oh my god, this terrain is horrible. So before we took this mission to go break this Greenskin siege, I was saying that Damage Inc. should run around and see if we can find any ancient dead. Because I really want these polearm lads to have access to war sides. I think once we have war sides, and once we have the new guy who's the polearm replacement at least level 11, maybe 12 or 13, we can then go take on the Black Monolith and get absolutely murdered. This sounds alright. I haven't had any load shedding for 2 days now, so 2 full days of the power staying on. The fact that I even have to be happy about that or grateful kind of tells you a lot about how your say is doing. Yeah, it's getting cooler finally. We're going into autumn, which I'm looking forward to. I tend to not enjoy the summer here. It's oppressively hot. Always hated the heat. Shot. That's a lot of greenskins. The fight for getting sick. That doesn't sound legit or legal. So Mazuma, we've actually done the Goblin City. I believe it was episode 45 on the YouTube channel. Now we're just raising some money by doing greenskin missions. So biking, and I want to level up my lads. I need to fight a few ancient dead to get war sides. And then once we have war sides plus the new guy, where is he? Alex Nestrov. War sides plus him leveled up, we'll go take on the Black Monolith. I've also headed to the northern part of the map because I want to see if we can pull a group of enemies, ideally undead, into the Barbarian Sea of Tents. if we can do that. I want to see if we can complete Barbarian Sea of Tents. I need to find the location where I hand in the unhold skin so that I can do the Kraken mission. Do that as well. So lots to do still. This terrain is absolutely fucking awful. Look at this. Nowhere to go. So the Emperor's helmet you get from Goblin City, and I believe the Emperor's body armor you get from Black Monolith. Awful. Well, that sucks, Modern. Good luck with the job search. I feel you. I'm going into job search mode now. Because my boss, who was bloody great, she quit because her boss is an absolute cunt. And now her boss is now my boss, and I can confirm she is indeed a hot cunt. Cannot work for this woman. I have to start looking for work. Yeah, the Emperor's Countenance, true Mizuma. But now, one thing that's a little bit annoying is we haven't been offered the Dovekul events. I think I need to do some camping out in the wilderness to get the Dovekul helmet and the Dovekul body armor. Because we've got, I think, like 5 or 6 cultists. We've met the requirements. We just haven't been offered the event. I mean, if I have to sacrifice 2 of my lads, that's obviously devastating. But if it means that I get the Dovekul armor, it's totally worth it. I kind of think the Dovekul armor is better than the Emperor's armor. Shot. Whipped to death. Lads are dying. They're down to only 6. Yeah, these soldiers are getting fucking ruined. That's fine. Our lads should be okay. Gentlemen, on the flanks. Charge! This little clip reminds me, actually, I was watching Troy again the other day out of nostalgia, that 2005 Brad Pitt movie. And I forgot how good it was, and there were some pretty damn stirring scenes. Like when the Myrmidons charge up the beach of Troy, that looked pretty cool. And the fight scenes in front of the gate were bloody great. So hang on, who was the actress who played Helen though? Actress Helen Troy. Is it Diane Kruger? I thought so, yeah, Diane Kruger. Babe! Mizuma, the ice cave, we tried the ice cave quite a long time ago, failed it, and thought I could go back, but it's just disappeared off the map. So I can't do the ice cave again. Like, as hot as she looks in Troy, I thought she looked even better in Inglourious Bastards. As Bridget von Hammersmark. Babe. She's German and French, isn't she? And Hardy. Like when I saw her on the Graham Norton show, I could have sworn she almost had a bit of a South African twinge to her accent. That's just wishful thinking, I think. Loved Inglourious Bastards. Hugo Stieglitz. That's probably my favorite character. After what's his name again? The Jew Hunter. What are they? Christoph Waltz's character was obviously amazing. And Lieutenant Aldol Rain. Arrivederci. Speak the most Italian. I think, like Martin, we've discussed this before, but that opening scene of Inglourious Basterds is one of my favorite scenes of all time. Just the way the tension builds, the acting, the dialogue, amazing. So good. And then when I was watching Christoph Waltz in Django, he's so cool. I love watching him. And I mean, if he hadn't appeared in those movies, I would never have known about him. Wait, but hang on. Christoph Waltz is Austrian, isn't he? He's not German, he's Austrian. Yeah, he's one of Schwarzenegger's people. Yeah, it was Dreiglasser. Or how did he say it was? It was Dreiglasser. Should have done that, or what he had that. He ordered like that. Dreiglasser. Oh, such a cool little detail. But I couldn't help but laugh the first time that that SS officer showed up on screen, because the first time I saw him, because he looked a little bit like Herr Flick from a lower low, you know, because like smallish kind of guy, blonde hair. I couldn't help but thinking of Herr Flick and then laughing. Yeah, you Germans are weird. Okay lads, so those of you who are watching on YouTube, inexplicably halfway through that last fight it stopped recording. I didn't notice. If I pressed the stop record button, that was by accident. Whoopsie, I think I fat fingered it when I was unmuting. Anyway, spoiler alert, we won the rest of that fight, and now we took a delivery mission to take us back down to Blankenstadt, and we're going to stop in here to do the witch hut. You pause at the forest clearing. The hut before you stands like a mere crumb. It's so quaint and easily forgotten you wondered how it could survive, but perhaps its total banality and unassuming nature is itself a sort of armor. But you've been around this world long enough to know to trust your instinct. And right now, your instinct is to wait. Soon enough, the hut's door pops open and an elderly woman hobbles out. She immediately waves you in your direction. You, and only you. Confused, you ask why just yourself, or more particularly, why would you ever trust her to begin with? She smiles. Because I know what the false king dreams of at night. The mercenaries around you turn about and ask what she said. You put a hand up and tell them to stay their ground while you go and have a talk with the mysterious woman. You come in with your sword drawn just to find the woman offering you a bowl of stew. She suggests it is only rabbit and potatoes, and more the former than the latter. Sheathing your sword, you take the bowl and have a seat at a table with her opposite you. A couple of candles burn nearby, and there are glyphs painted on the walls in white, and similar shapes hang from the ceiling as dream catchers. The woman puts her elbows on the table. There are trinkets wound into her hair, tips of bird bones and feathers. She carries a weathered face, though her eyes are starkly young like pearls glimmering from the depths of a swamp. I knew you would come in, a phantom of a friend, like a moth to the flame, seeking truth which cannot be tamed. Pushing the bowl back across the table, you ask if she is a witch. She nods affirmatively and stares at you before nodding again. Good. You haven't killed me, because you're thinking now. I am indeed a so-called witch. I am alone, entirely alone, and honoured by the others, and hounded by the others, excuse me. You might call them my sisters, but these others know who you are, just as I do, and they want your blood. I can smell it. That is why I want to talk.
My liege.
The woman draws a long object, a just and chrysalomene, wrapped in tablecloth, and sets it on the table. He throws back its linens to reveal a jagged obsidian blade with a leather strip for a grip. Cut your flesh and bleed upon the black. Hexen and their lowly craft shall come. Then we shall kill them all, and after that we can talk. Sellsword and witch, witch and sellsword. You ask what is in it for you, the witch cackles. Oh, sellsword, you are not in the business of allegiance, but in the business of gold, and with a clever turn of coin you no friend can turn to foe. But I offer something more, a truth which cannot be seen, a truth for the false king. We've already come this far. A lot of reading. The black blade rests in your hand, and your reflection rests jaggedly in its stony grooves, stretched and pulled into every divot and edge. It is a simple stone, a simple dagger, that is all. Not the least bit heavy, but you can feel the import, like dust tossed upon the grave. There is not so much weight in the sand as there is in the throw itself. This blade is either loss or gain, and there's only one way to see to which. The witch nods. You nod back and slash your upper arm. The blood pools on the stone and your reflections disappear beneath the crimson. Almost growling, the witch eagerly leans in and presses the blade against the skin. More, sellsword, more! You slash again and flex. A spurt hits the stone. She takes the knife and slaps a spotless cloth onto the wound. Fair enough, sellsword. Go to your men and prepare. You stand and look at the woman. You ask, once I kill your enemies, then we will talk again? She smiles. In so many words, yes. And I will do so. Oh my word. When you step outside and inform the company that hostiles are coming, soon enough, the haggard women are spotted walking between the trees of the forest, their long fingernails scratching across the bark and their drooling lips snivelling up to snort and cackle. The first to come through has a long head shaped like a canoe. An infant's skull dangles from her necklace and a leather bag bounces on her hip. 2 rabbit feet sticking out of the pouch. She glares at the hut and sniffs the air, then shifts her eyes upon you. Ah, you have made covenant with that bitch. You nod. The deal's been made, hey, and it will end with you dying on the end of this blade. I believe she prefers to just be called Witch. Another Hexen steps forward. We prefer to call her Cunt. Kill the sellswords! Take the captain alive, but remove his eyes and that lousy tongue. The throng of witches rush forward, some already shifting into licentious-looking younglings, while others revolve their arms in ritual rites. To battle! Okay, so many dire wolves, 2 unholds, some webnecks, and a bunch of hexen. So let's just go with the current setup, and then if we get killed, we'll just have to see what changes we need to make. I still think fighting at night with an extra night vision potion would be the way to go. Now, Exiled Pariah and Bog Hosts are going to have a hugely important role here to disarm the lads that get mind controlled. And Nixus needed to start the battle with the banner out. So this is the problem we're going to have. We're going to lose more than half our fucking group every turn. Look at this. Bastard. Only 45% chance. 61, 55. Fuck! Oof! And I don't have fancy feet. I kind of just have to let myself get fucking... Ugh. So resolve is up to 64. Man, if I'd started this turn with the banner out, we might have been able to resist a couple of these mind controls. Ah! Oh, Jesus, look at that. One shot. We are one-shotting our own guys. Fucking hate fighting witches. The fact that they cackle at you doesn't make it any better. Look at this, 19 hit points left. Fucking hell. I'd agree, Aegis. Yeah, this is miserable. Yeah, I mean, so when we restart this, we will start with Nixus on the front line, right front and center, and he must take a resolve potion immediately. Because you see, resisting these is the most important thing. Look at that, 3 in a row we've resisted. But now my lads are just going to execute my own guys, so... Charm only the front line. horsed. I should take. Let's try that. And we'll hand out any morale boosting items. I've got I have at least one Nachtzehar trophy. Where is it? Yes. So I don't have any heavy armor that has runes and sigils though. Yeah, so having bog hosts with the immunities and mind control is pretty important because he needs to be able to disarm. I think this is a daytime fight, so let's just take all the archers with. You rotate there, rotate there, you rotate there, rotate there. I'm going to leave behind a hawk probably. If I disarm the lads, I've never actually seen them use the daggers. I suppose, yeah, getting rid of it doesn't hurt. I certainly don't need the daggers. It doesn't add to the weight. Okay, the polearm user. Okay, this will be fine, I think. And mind control, resistance, immunity to. Oh, there's some ears here. I probably should have produced a few more of those Nachtzehar, charms. Well, let's give it a go. Awesome, resisted. See what difference the banner makes in the front line. 3 resisted, there we go. Let's rotate out the archers. Oh, Nobel doesn't have archery mastery, but he does have throwing mastery. 44, 88. You bastard. See, I can't drink the Lionheart potion. We'll wait to get rotated out. Wait to get rotated out. You. Tit. 1 down, 18 to go. Alstia is supposed to rotate there. Okay, get him. Drink or give? Drink, what is it? Oh, I've got 2 of them, that's why. Okay, so now this is going to increase his resolve to 176. 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles. 1, 2, 3. So don't move, lads. This is now buffing everybody's resolve. So Onimaru is the furthest away. He's up to 74 resolve. This should give us the best chance. Of resisting the mind control. Fuck. So if I had a tactical nuclear device, now would be the time to use it. So we resisted all 4 of the mind controls last turn. Let's see how many now we resist out of 4. It's 1, that's 5 out of 5 so far. 5 out of 6. 5 out of 7. 5 out of 8. Oh, fuck off. God, this is fucking annoying. Now it ruins my fucking throwers. This is just such a miserable fight. Southall, you sure could. I mean, I don't see why not. Who's more dangerous? Probably Elstier is more dangerous than Banana Fint. Doesn't help if I can't fucking hit him. Owie. Oh, owie. No, Levitzman doesn't have quick hands, so he's just kind of stuck there doing nothing. Let's focus on the Noctiers and the Direwolves. It's going to take ages to kill the Unholds. Once the Direwolves and Noctiers go down, the front line needs to push forward a bit to allow my archers to get in range of their witches. Also sucks that I'm so heavy with the Warhammer users. 5 out of 8. 6 out of 9. 6 out of 10. 60% resist chance is about right. Ah, fuck off. Clutch miss. Oh! Oh, that's an important disarm net. Should I indom? No, only if we're in contact with one of our own lads that have been mind controlled. Agreed, Mazuma. I probably should have made sure my archers all have dogs. Problem with flanking with the archers, you got to make sure that they stay within the 4 squares of the banner, because if they're not under the banner's effect, they've got no chance of resisting the mind control. Problem is they have to go for the flank. If you look at this, I mean, all but one of my front line has been mind controlled now. This is such a bullshit fucking fight. Can any of you fuckers resist mind control? For God's sake. So stupid. Animaru. I obviously can't rotate someone who is not friendly. Suppose I'll just try whip the frenzied direwolf or try disarm. 16, 35. Worth a try. Oof. See, actually now I've moved my Bannerman where he's not giving resolve bonus here. This fight is such a bummer. See? My fucking Bannerman is stuck there and stunned. Man, I just don't want to do this fight. This just fucking sucks. Look at this fucking man. Fuck this, man. Ugh. This is so not fun. The Bogus is just going to bleed to death now in 2 turns. I need to get him in contact with Nixus, who's stunned. So Boghouse is guaranteed to bleed to death. I'm just going to leave this until I've been able to stack up on 12 sets of armor that have protective runes and sigils. Ugh, fuck this fight. Get me out of this. I want to do this. This fucking sucks. Fuck this fight. It's not fun, not in the slightest bit enjoyable at all. So my team's all messed up now. What did I have? I had Aragon. Boghouse was there. Oh yeah. Well, the two-handers being so strong, that's kind of the whole, you know, theme of this playthrough. Damaging, high damage, aggressive lads. They've been great for the other 880 days we've been playing, but just for that one particular fight, that is absolutely fucking miserable, and that can fuck right off. Okay, where are my spare archers? Let's see, so we've got Nobel, Thrower, and Archer, and Bannerman stays there, and Polearm Lad is there. It's fine. I mean, we could try to cheese it and then just leave the front line literally unarmed. You know what? Let's go for the 200 IQ play. So we know that the front line is the only one that can get mind controlled, right? Go like this. And we want all our archers. I think I do want Boghoose the Torturer on the back line, who's just going to stand on the front line and just absorb. Well, Levittsme is a good option. And then I can literally hand them their weapons as the battle progresses. Exiled Pariah, where's my 2 Cleaver lads? They need to stay right there, or rather between the archers. Yeah, disarm lads there. Nobel the Thrower can stay out. Same on Onimaru. As you so often have to do in this game, we're just going to have to cheese it, I think. Okay, so we got loads of archers. I could take Noble as well. Nobel the Thrower. And then we got these lads on the back line. Alex Nesterov, 75, 94 there for Elstier. Can like hold the flank kind of thing. Who's the torturer? I'll steer. Where's MK? Let's take MK out. Like that. And then I want as much goblin poison as possible. And I've got a fair amount of it. Right. Okay, YouTube people, this has been a good, what, 55 minutes. When we come back, let's try cheesing the witch hut now. Let's see if these tactics work.